Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here then welcome to my channel. Today's video is really exciting. I feel like I've been saying that for all my videos lately because I can't help it, like everything is so exciting to me right now. But one of you guys wanted me to review the new launches from Blue Heaven, so that's exactly what I'm doing today. I am missing just one product, which is their lip and cheek tint, which comes in this packaging, the liquid one. It hasn't arrived yet, but I was just so excited to be trying all of this, so yeah, here's the video already. I will be trying that out in my next video for sure because I'm most excited for that product. I'm really into liquid blushes, you guys know. So yeah, I have everything except that one product. Everything that you see on my face is from Blue Heaven. I wanted to go for slightly lip focused look and very subtle eyes. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna start off with their lip balm first. This is their hydrating lip balm with jojoba oil, shea butter and vitamin E. This, they're calling it their jelly and butter with SPF 15, and I bought this in the shade Dusty Rose. I have, you know, taken out all the products from their carton just because it was getting super confusing for me to figure out which is which. I love the packaging, especially their cartons. Like this pastel pink with a hint of blue at the bottom is really standing out, but I think it's also very confusing because I literally have to read which is which. I think in grand scheme of things it does not really matter because I will be throwing these out ultimately. But yeah, this is the lip balm. Let me show you the little detail that this has. It has this like tiny heart in the center. How cute is that? I hope you guys are able to tell. There's very slight bit of tint, which I mean I don't mind. And you know what, this smells exactly like the Milani lip and cheek tint. It smells exactly like that, and formula and finish wise also it's giving me very much the same vibe. So I'm gonna let this marinate on my lips until I reach the final step. But let's proceed with their hydrating skin tint. Do they have a primer? No, they don't have a primer. I do want to go in with a primer, but I think my skin is pretty hydrated, so I'm gonna skip primer today. So this is their hydrating skin tint with hyaluronic acid, sunscreen and anti-pollution. Okay, so on here it does say SPF 25 PA++. On the outer carton though, it does not say anything, so I was a little bummed that they don't mention the sunscreen information or SPF information, but at least they have it on the actual packaging, which is not bad. I bought this in the shade Natural, and when I swatched it on the back of my hand, I thought, you know what, this is just an awful match. But the more I blended it, I realized that because the coverage is quite less, I think I'll be able to get away with this. So yeah, I'm really excited because it's a skin tint and not an actual foundation, because quite frankly I don't think a lot of us are using foundations. You know, like it's all about glass, natural looking, natural makeup. It's the trend right now, so I'm so happy that they're following the trend. I'm gonna pick up some of it on the back of my sponge. And by the way, this is the Mars sponge, and I'm gonna apply directly. I've been loving applying my base. I don't like the fragrance though, like it just triggers something. I don't know, I really do not like the fragrance, but then it does die down, so that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna take a different approach now. I'm gonna take some of it on the back of my hand, dot it first and then blend it out. I feel like that way I can save some product. So that's the coverage that you get with just one layer. I think it's pretty good for a skin tint. It's giving me very much the Mars BB cream vibe with how it's sitting on the skin and how it almost feels set. It's not very tacky, which I sort of like because then I don't have to use a lot of powder to set it. So that's quite nice. The coverage is again nice. It's just the right coverage you want in a skin tint. Like it's not very less to the point where you're like, where is the coverage, but it's also not too much where you're like, this is not a skin tint, it's a foundation. So that's nice. Like I'm really liking how it's looking on the skin even. The finish is very natural, like it's not dewy, it's not matte. I think it's like a demi matte finish because you can see there's a little bit of shine going on certain parts of my face, so the finish is quite demi matte. Hydrating, I don't know why they call it hydrating, because it doesn't necessarily feel hydrating. Maybe because it's not a matte foundation and that's why they are calling it hydrating, but it's a very comfortable and natural finish that I'll give them. I'll finish this side off camera. I'll be back to show you a little zoomed in look. I tried building up the coverage right here where I have this like red spot peeking through, but it did not really build up. So just know that you cannot substitute this for a foundation, because you know the coverage is quite sheer even when you do like 2 to 3 layers. I went over this spot maybe like thrice, but it's still very much the same. I don't mind that because again this is a skin tint, so expecting a foundation like coverage is not really practical. It just makes your skin look slightly better. I'm loving it. In fact, like this is really good. Let me zoom in. It's also not bunching up here, which is so important for me right now. Let's move on to the concealer now. This is their Erase and Enhance Full Coverage Concealer Pen with green tea and goji berry extracts. Wow, that's fancy. And this one is in the shade Cream, by the way. So yeah, let's see. The packaging is really cute. Like I was expecting a cute packaging, but this is not just cute, this looks very classy. They have like this frosted detail added here and throughout the packaging, which is super cute. So it comes in a brush tip applicator like this, very much like your LA Girl concealer. What am I supposed to do? Okay, I think I'm supposed to, okay. Yeah, the product is out now. At least good thing is I didn't have to press it way too many times. It's super watery. Are you guys seeing that? Like it's not really like even depositing the product. Let's see. I thought this shade would be like a nice highlighter shade on me, but it's very peachy and almost the kind of shade that I use underneath my highlighting concealer. So let's see. I have some of it already placed. Blended beautifully because of course it was so runny and liquidy, but I don't see it doing much for my under eyes. I mean, if I look straight, yes, this side looks better, but in no way, shape or form this is full coverage for sure. I'm gonna add some more and see if it builds up. So that's with 2 layer on. I think it definitely looks better with 2 layers, but it's still not even medium coverage, I think. So if you have like really bad dark circles and if you go by the name full coverage, you are going to be disappointed, of course, because this is no way even medium coverage. I think I can get away with this. I'm actually really confused if I like it or not, because I really like how it's looking. Like again, it's very undetectable almost, like you can't tell that I have anything going on underneath my eyes, which I really like. But then the coverage is very minimal, so maybe if they like rename this, then that would make more sense, because this is not full coverage whatsoever. I'm gonna finish this side and I'll be back. Concealer and foundation is done. I have to say I'm really liking it. Even though the coverage for the concealer is quite minimal, I am still liking it. I was just thinking which category would this concealer cater to, and you know when you like are a absolute beginner with makeup, like you're just starting out, imagine putting on like a medium to full coverage concealer. Like that can be really daunting, at least it was for me. So when I started out with makeup, I of course didn't know which was which is less coverage, which is medium coverage. I would just buy whichever seemed affordable and good. But then if the coverage was a little too much, I would be very like conscious of, you know, having makeup on my face. I think it would be the perfect concealer for beginners, and also for someone who wants a concealer with very minimal coverage for like a no makeup look. I was initially thrown off with the coverage, but I think I see myself using this for like a look like this, where I don't want to, basically I want my makeup to look undetectable. Anyways, let's move on. So I have their blush, but I also have their Strobe and Shape duo stick. It says with avocado oil and mango butter. One side is contour and the other side is highlighter, and I bought this in the shade Magnificent Deep. This is for medium to dusky skin tone, but I don't think this will cater to like dusky to deep skin tones. Yes, it is dark enough, but once blended out, I'll show you guys, I did that on the back of my hand and it just blended out to a very soft looking color. So I'm not sure if this will really work as a contour on deeper skin tones, but I'm gonna apply this now. I'm first going to just apply it over there, blend it out, and then apply on the other areas of my face. I'm really liking the shade so far, and it's quite easy also to blend. I was skeptical that this would be a little difficult to blend, but it's not. It's not very emollient, of course. Like the one that I've been recently loving from Kiko Milano, that's super, not super, but it's quite emollient. So of course it's much easier to blend. It's not that emollient, but at the same time it's blending out fine. Like I'm not having troubles blending this out. So that's the contour stick all blended out. I really like it. I will come back to the highlighter shade in a bit, but I'm first gonna use the blush. This is their Lip and Cheek Tint, by the way, with avocado oil. Why did I read it like that? With avocado oil and mango butter, and I bought this in the shade Muted Peach. I think this shade will look really nice with the top that I have going on. I want to do like a lip focused look today. I'll keep the eyes very simple and maybe like go a little heavy on the lips. Let's see. Although I don't have any like darker lip options from them, so we will have to see. But this one again seems quite emollient, as you can see, so I'm a little worried that this is going to lift the product that I have underneath. So instead what I'm gonna do is pick it up on my sponge and then apply on my cheeks. That's a really natural flush of coral color on my cheeks. I like it. It's again giving me very like Milani, I don't know, I keep forgetting the name, but their Lip and Cheek Tint that comes in that fat packaging. I did not like it at all, but this one is not that emollient where it looks borderline oily. Like yes, it's looking very oily and waxy on the back of my hand, but maybe it's the application, like because I'm picking it up on a sponge, I'm only seeing color now, not so much the waxiness. It's looking nice overall, I think, but I have a feeling this is not going to last. Let's see how that goes. Now let's try out their highlighting stick. I'm again not sure if I want to directly apply. Let me like swatch this really quickly. This is very like whitish. You see, like I wish there was more of a gold undertone to this. I'm directly just going to apply and see what happens. That is pretty. Wow, there is no like shimmer to it. That's crazy. It's really beautiful. I'm liking it. Okay, I'm gonna apply it. Oh yeah, it did pick up my base product underneath, so that's what I was worried about. So yeah, like most stick products, you'll have to be careful about it. On the other side, I'm going to pick it up on my sponge again. You see, it's very subtle looking. I know on camera it looks a little too much, but in person it's very subtle looking. The color is off. I don't like the color. I so wish that this was a more muted color. I know I keep saying that, but I'm loving how it's looking on the skin. It's just the shade is, you know, a little too much, and that's why you can tell that I have it on. But if it was the perfect shade, this would have been the perfect no makeup sort of cream highlighter. By the way, I forgot to talk about their brow gel. This is with vitamin B5, beeswax and fibers. This is their Sculpt and Set. Retails for 250 rupees. I bought this in the shade grey. Now I used it just on my bare eyebrows and it did not do much for my eyebrows because it's not scanty or sparse. It's baldy situation happening on my eyebrows. So I really have to take few extra steps to make it look like this. So the way I used it today, I do have it right now, but I used it slightly in a different way. So the first thing that I did for my eyebrows today is I went with my Makeup Revolution soap styler, set it in place, because this does not give you hold, and at the moment I'm really loving like a set in place sort of eyebrow. So I did that first, and then to fill in and add color I used this, and I think that way I see myself using this and incorporating this in my brow routine. I think it looks really nice. I went for a very natural eyebrow, so if it looks weird, that's because I did not fill in this section. I was going for a very fresh look, and I think this sort of eyebrow looks very fresh on me. Now let's move on to the lips. I think they launched, oh by the way, I did pick up their lip and cheek tint, the one that again comes in this packaging, the liquid one, but that is yet to be delivered, so I'll probably use it in some other video. I really wanted to use that today on my lips, but instead I'll be using their lip plumping wand. Why does it say wand? What is this? Yeah, it's lip plumping wand, available in 7 juicy shades with avocado, vitamin E and jojoba oil. By the way, you guys, let me know if you guys say jojoba or jojoba. I've heard both things, and if I say jojoba, people come at me for saying jojoba, and if I say jojoba, people also come at me for saying jojoba. So let me know what you guys think and call it. By the way, I used the shade Mauve Tint yesterday and I was blown away. I bought all the shades, so I will be doing swatches really soon on these. This, in my opinion, is a high-end formula and finish. Let me show you. The moment I put it on, it instantly reminded me of the Sephora lip gloss that I've been loving so much. It's a very similar formula. Such a beautiful shade, oh my god. Now, I have not tried the other shades, so maybe there are some better hidden gems than this shade, but this in itself, in my opinion, is really pretty. I also did pick up their where did that go? Their, yes, Over and Out makeup remover stick. This is with vitamin B and E and aloe vera. I was just curious. I have a feeling this mostly won't work, but I was just curious and that's why I just bought this. I will of course not be trying it in this video, but I'll try this off camera and I'll update you guys on how this works and if this is even worth spending your money on. I'm just gonna apply this Makeup Revolution Bonbon shade. Let's talk about the products finally. This foundation I really like. Like I mentioned before, the Mars BB cream does kind of like settle on certain areas for me. This one is not doing it so far, but again I'll have to test this out more to see how this performs when my skin is on the drier side. Okay, this concealer is good. It's not for everyone, that I will say. Like I mentioned before, it would be great for beginners because the coverage is just in that perfect spot where it's not very little and it's not too much, so would be great. Wow, I'm holding their Strobe duo stick, awesome. I'm talking about the concealer. Don't be fooled by the name full coverage. This is nowhere near medium coverage even, so that's on the concealer. Their Kiss and Blush lip and cheek tint. I know I did not try this on my lips because I knew I wouldn't like a very waxy formula. I wanted to go for a heavier lip look, like I just did right now. So like a coral lip was not what I wanted today, but as a cheek tint I will have to test it out. I feel like the color is mostly gone from here, so I will test this out more and let you guys know how this performs and how this wears throughout the day. It did apply quite nice though, that I will say. It blended quite nicely with my sponge. Again, with most of these products, with their cream contour thing and also their cheek tint, you want to use a blush, you want to use a brush or a sponge to apply to get the best coverage and to ensure that your foundation underneath is not lifting. So I'll let you guys know about this one. There's Strobe and Shape Duo Stick. I really like the contour side a lot. I think I would gravitate towards this more when I have full face of makeup, like a heavier coverage foundation going on. Like a very sheer coverage like I have today, it does look slightly obvious, of course, because you know there's not much coverage going on underneath. But I will be trying this out with a better coverage foundation and I'm sure I'm going to love this. Blended really well. It's not super emollient and also not very difficult to blend. It's right in the middle, so it's quite nice. This one, the highlighter on the other side, was very nice finish wise. Of course it lifted my foundation again when I directly went with the product on my cheeks, but it's looking beautiful. The only thing is I don't like the color, and maybe that's why I would not be reaching for you know, this particular highlighter on this stick. This one I though have already told you, like this is just top-notch quality. I don't think I talked about the plumping effect of this. I think it's not as tingling as your lip injection from Too Faced. If you have tried that, it does feel quite tingling to the point where you're very obvious of your lips being on fire almost. This one does not do that. It's a very subtle effect, so I don't mind that. I mean, I'm actually very comfortable with using this, although I feel like for people who do not want, like for example right now I'm fine, but I might not want this tingling sensation every time I apply this. I feel like they should come out with the same formula and finish minus that tingling thing. I would be really happy with that, because I don't want like this tingling sensation all the time I apply this. That's just my opinion, but either ways it's very minimal, so I guess it's fine. I would highly recommend this. This is just one of their best launches from everything that I've tried so far. This lip balm, by the way, I quite like it. Again, I'll use this maybe tonight and see how this performs, like how my lips feel the next morning, and I'll update you on this as well. But that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for like commenting and requesting me to review, because I would have been missing out on so many great, just amazing stuff, especially their foundation and this lip gloss balm products. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and you can click on the bell notification right next to it. That way you will get notified when I post next, and you can follow me on Insta right over here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.